kids, I'm Priyanka and I'm back again with a new chapter, The Happy Prince. It was Friday night. Mitten was relaxing in a chair. He was watching his favorite TV show. His mother was in the kitchen, cleaning dishes, pots, and pans. Feeling tired, she decided to take rest for some time. Mitten noticed his mother was going to bed early. He asked, "Are you alright, Mom?" "I am okay, but I need to take rest for a while," she replied. Mitten felt a bit sorry. "I should have helped mother," he thought. He felt very guilty. He got up and went to the kitchen. He cleaned every pan and pots. He washed all the dishes and scrubbed every little spot. The kitchen looked very clean and seemed to sparkle. Mitten was really happy since he had made a difference. After a while, when Mitten's mother woke up and went to the kitchen to finish the rest of the work, she was really surprised. She could not believe her eyes. The kitchen was so clean. She was very happy that her son had helped her. She went to Mitten's bed and hugged him. "Thank you, my dear, for caring me so much. You're really a nice child." Mithun understood that helping others makes him happy and it makes one happy too. High above the city, to the town column, stood the status of Happy Prince. All over with thin leaves of fine gold for eyes, he had two bright sapphires and a large red ruby glowed in his sword hilt. He was very much admired indeed. "Be like the happy prince. He never cries for anything," said a mother to her little boy who was crying for the moon. "I am glad there is someone in the world who is quite happy," muttered a disappointed man. The little swallow. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friend had gone away to Egypt to save themselves from approaching winter. "Where shall I stay?" he asked himself. Then he saw the statue of the town column. "I will stay there," he cried. He alighted just between the feet of Happy Prince. "I have a golden bedroom," he said. When he had put his head under the wing of a large drop of water fell on him. "What a curious thing!" he cried. "There's not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are so quiet, clear and bright, and yet it's raining." Then another drop fell. "I must look for another place," he said, was about to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell and he looked up and saw. Ah! The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears. The tears were running down his golden cheeks. His eyes were so delightful beautiful in the moonlight that a little swallow was filled with pity. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am Happy Prince." "Why are you weeping then?" asked the swallow. "When I was alive, I did not know that tears were. I lived in a place sorrow was not allowed to enter there. Everything about me was so beautiful. My courtiers called me the Happy Prince, and happy indeed I was if pleasure be happiness. So I lived and I so died, and now that I am dead, they have set me up here high. I can see all the ugliness and the misery of my city, and though my heart is made up of lead, I cannot but weep." The request. "Far away," continued the statue in a low musical voice, "far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the window is open, though it is I can see a window, a woman seated at the table. She is so tired. I am in a bed in the corner of the room. Her little boy is lying ill. He has fever and he is asking for oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so she is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt. I am waited for in Egypt. Here's the swallow. My friend are flying up and down to Nile." "Swallow, swallow, little swallow," said the prince, "will you not stay with me for one night and be my messenger? The boy is so thirsty and the mother is so sad." "I don't think I like boys," answered the swallow. "Last summer, when I was staying on the riverside, they were two rude boys who always threw stones at me. They never hit me. Of course, we swallows fly far too well for that." The messenger. The happy prince looked so sad that the swallow was sorry. "It is very cold here," he said, "but I will stay with you for one night and be the messenger." Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. So the swallow picked up the ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in the beak over the roof of the town. At last he came to the poor house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. He laid the ruby on the table, then flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. Then the swallow flew to the happy prince and told him what he had done. I felt quite warm now, though it is so cold. It is because we have done a good deed, said the prince. The swallow fell asleep. The writer. The next morning, the prince. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, far away across the city, I see a young man. He is leaning over a desk covered with paper. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate. He is trying to finish a play. Hunger has made him faint. I will wait with you here one night longer, said the swallow. Shall I take him another ruby? Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are of all that I have left. They are made up of rare sapphire, brought out of India 1,000 years old ago. Pluck out one of them and take it to him, dear prince, said the swallow. I cannot do that, and he began to weep. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do I command you? So the swallow plucked out the little prince's eye and flew to the young man. The young man did not hear the flutter of the bird's wing. When she looked up, he found a beautiful sapphire. I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. There is from someone great admirer. Now I can finish my play, and he is looked quite happy. The little girl. The next day the swallow flew back to the happy prince. I have come to bid you good-bye, he cried. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you not stay with me one night longer? It is winter, answered the swallow, and the chill snow will soon be here. Dear prince, I must leave you, but I will never forget you. In the square below, said the prince, there is a stand, a little marsh girl. She has let her matches fall in gutter, and all was spoiled. Her father will beat her if she does not bring some money. She has no shoes, no stocking, no sweaters. Pluck out my I cannot pluck out your other eye. You could be quite blind then, said the swallow. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. So he plucked the prince another eye and darted down with it. He saw the girl, he slipped the jewel into the palm of her hand. What a lovely bit of glass, cried the little girl, and she ran home laughing. Then the swallow came back to the prince. You are blind now, he said, so I'll stay with you always. No, little swallow, said the poor prince. You must go away to Egypt. I'll stay with you always, said the swallow, and he slept at prince's feet. Dear little swallow, said the prince, fly over my city and tell me what you see there. The swallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry with beggars who were sitting at the gate. He flew into the dark lanes and saw the white faces of starving children. Then he flew back and told the prince what he had seen. I am covered with fine gold, said the prince. You must take it off leaf by leaf and then give it to my poor people. They always think that gold can make them happy. Leaf after leaf of fine gold the swallow picked off till the happy prince looked quite dull and grey. He took it to the poor, and the children's faces grew rosier, and they laughed and played games in the street. We have bread now, they cried. The sacrifice. Then the snow came. The poor little swallow grew colder and colder, but he could not leave the prince. He loved him too well. He tried to keep himself warm by flapping his wings, but at last he knew that he was going to die. He had just strength to fly up in the prince's shoulders once more. Goodbye, dear prince, he murmured. I'm glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow, said the prince. I'm not going to Egypt, I'm going, said the swallow. He fell down dead at his feet. At that moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue, as if someone had broken the leaden heart that snapped right in two. Early the next morning, the mayor was walking in the square below in the company of the town councillor. As he passed the column, he looked up a statue. Dear me, how shabby the happy prince looked, he said. And here is an actual dead animal at his feet, continued the mirror. As he is no longer beautiful, he is no longer useful. It's time we pulled down the statue. So they pulled down the statue of the Happy Prince. And this is written by Oscar Wilde. Thank you.